I think it's mostly a fascination or a curiosity with how far you can push yourself. For me, it's always personal. It's never about the competition as much as it is. Well, it's not about the competition with others as much as it is the competition with myself. So I'm always trying to take it a little further every time I race or seeing, how many more miles I can ride or how much, how much sleep deprivation I can suffer. I always have a curiosity of human limitations or lack of them, and so each ride or race I do always teaches me something more about myself in that way, and that for me, that's my interest in these races. And you walk away from them with a very different, I guess, viewpoint on um, your own capabilities and also just life in general. I think the things I learned from about myself on the road, because you're in such an intense situation, um, it kind of gives you that not resilience, but it makes you feel more confident in every other aspect of life too. He's like, well, if I could do that, what else? I can take on other things that I thought I couldn't or that I think I can't. So I think it gives you much more, maybe the capacity to suffer more, or the little things that most people would think are a huge deal to you just aren't a big deal anymore. So I think you're able to go through life with greater appreciation. For me, I have a greater appreciation of little things. Everything to me is enjoyable, and I think doing these races has always brings that back to me every time. There's much more probability of random random circumstances getting in the way of someone's race, because you don't have support, you don't have anyone there to help you if you break down or you get sick or you run out of water or anything else. So anything really can happen. I think that's what makes these kind of races so exciting too, because there is that unknown factor, which is why people go into the race half shitting themselves, because they know, like, God, if you're in the middle of the desert and you run into a red kangaroo and he's gonna, he wants to box your bike, what are you gonna do? It is the unknown, and so yeah, anything can happen. It really is, all cards just thrown on the table, and may the best man win. But it's not even about being the best in speed, because apart from navigating, apart from everything else, is a big luck factor in there that you can't predict. You've just got to laugh about everything. It's the only way to manage the suffering, is just to laugh about it. Like, you've got to find the funny in everything. That's about it. Because if you're not having a good time, you're just going to be, it's just going to be miserable. But you've got to find the fun wherever you are. So even if you're having a crap time and you've got a massive headwind or whatever else, you have to find ways to entertain yourself, and you have to find ways to laugh about it. And so the best thing you can do, like, if you feel like crying, just have a laugh. That's probably the best advice I can give anyone.
I called dibs. Mike, cheers to the finish line. Cheers to the end of what was a fucking bastard of of a 50 kilometers into the city. Yes, that would be a lot of string of bleeps for you there. As soon as we rolled in, there was just like a big display of fireworks, which was really cool. So it was like a great ending to the ride. It was a tough ride, but when you get to the end like that, you kind of get the euphoria after it, don't you? After the pain of a hard ride, and it was a cool ending to. The whole ride was just, for me, it was weird. It was surreal in one sense. It was hard to go back out again after stopping, and mentally it was difficult for me, but it was interesting how many people were emotionally involved in the race and after in Mike's death, and so many people were coming out on the road and cheering us on, and yeah, for me it was incredible how many people were affected by it. So there was so much support from people on the road. It was really beautiful.
Nice. And you were telling me before the reason you were out there, and you basically finished that ride for Mike on his behalf.
Yeah, I just wanted to ride him in, you know. I just felt like he was stuck up there and someone needed to take him to the finish line, and I needed to do it for myself as well, for a bit of closure, just to put, you know, an end to what has been a tough race and an eventful race for me, but yeah, I just needed to do it for mental closure and do it for Mike, and I think he would have done the same for me.
Yeah. So, apart from, okay, we won't talk more about Mike. I think what would be the highlight? Was there a highlight of the race and another low point apart from the tragic loss on Friday? Or was it all?
It was actually mostly just a lot of suffering. It was very few highlights. The highlights for me were the people. But that was the same the last time I rode in Australia. Like, I always come away with this renewed appreciation of the Australian people. You know, they really do celebrate people going out and doing crazy things, and just the amount of support and love people showed to us riders, and you know the way the whole country rallied around the race for me it was overwhelming. It was really cool. I have a great love and respect for the Aussies. I love them. They're so cool. Yeah.
Well, a lot of Australians have a massive amount of respect for you. Starting again, that just when the word got out that you were starting over, that people were saying, "No way, this is a made-up story. We don't believe this." So yeah, it was unbelievable.
I don't know. I just can't quit even when I should. I'm my own worst enemy, I think.
So what's next? What are you doing next?
So I'm signed up for the Transatlantic Way, which is in June. Yeah, it's in June. That's down the coast of Ireland, and hopefully I'll be, you know, recovered and ready to go again. Ready to do that all over. And then I had signed up for the Transcontinental, but I'm not sure now if it will still come off. That will be up to Mike's family. But if it does, I'm going to volunteer just to do everything I can to help them if they need any help to pull it off, because I think that would be a nice tribute to Mike to finish his race this year. So.
Well done, kid.
Mike.
Excellent ride, well done. Very proud of you.